Hey.
Why, hello.
Okay. Are we all ready, or Len, are you here?
I ain't heard him talk yet.
We're enjoying some
Oh,
road.
no, I'm not.
Hey, there he is. What up, Blanard? Blanard.
Blattered.
So, do you mind if I start our music for the game, or should I let this keep going?
Either one.
Better music than you'll find anywhere in the world. Brought to you
I'll
from
let it
Team LA. They're mix number 3.
Alright, I'll let it run. So, Drax, let me know when you get into Fantasy Grounds.
I'm making a sandwich. Hold on.
No problem.
Ooh,
Do you want to go ahead and start the... Alright, I'll wait.
1 second.
Sorry, Casey.
No problem at all.
My life is crazy now.
Huh?
It's hard to time things right.
I understand.
I'm trying to be healthy and be in a relationship. Hang out with Border and you guys. It just doesn't make any sense. Alright.
Well, try not to let it stress you out too much.
Well, I'm not stressed. I'm just concerned that
Yeah.
bearing you guys down.
What?
It's not the right word.
I'm not stressed. I promise, guys, I'm not stressed.
I'm
Oh.
Oh, shit. Alright. I'm so...
Well, shit, fuck.
Little shizwaz.
What's up?
Kai, did you get some D&D related secrets earlier? Is that why you guys were on Whispers?
No, I just had an idea for something that will be happening.
Oh, okay. Because I was going to ask if yours were good. Because
No.
mine were not.
Ruh-roh.
I mean, it was good.
Ruh-roh, Reggie.
Really, the important question, though, is all of Zach's stuff now individually wrapped as well?
You know, it probably will be. I'll come home one day and everything will just be covered in foil.
Bubble wrap.
Cellophane.
Bubble wrap. I'll
So
wake up shrink wrapped.
I did on the Discord that this music's from, so we might have more listeners.
Oh,
Or
cool.
viewers. Whatever they would be called. Hello!
Oh, now I...
It went live, right? I did everything right for once this time?
Yep.
Hooray! I'm so bad at that.
Okay, let's see.
Alright, I'm entering Fantasy Grounds now.
Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and start the recap then.
Do it up.
Alright, so yesterday, your investigation led you to the Sea Maidens Fair, where you were invited to dine with the master of the Seafaring Carnival, a charming fellow named Zardoz Zord.
Charming.
He's adorable.
He treated you to a wonderful meal and excitedly discussed Oscar's victory in the horse race at the Field of Triumph, as well as his upcoming part in the festivities of Dragondown. Zardoz assured you that the 4 Nimblewrights found aboard his ships are harmless attractions that he bought from Lantan last year. Zardoz was surprised to hear you ask about the large submersible, Scarlet Marpanoff, which is attached to the underside of the Eyecatcher. He told you that he bought the vessel in Lantan also. Zardoz cooperated fully with your investigation and gave you a guided tour of all 3 ships, as well as the Scarlet Marpanoff. You saw all sorts of performers amongst all 3 ships, parade floats in various stages of construction, and several rare animals, including an Allosaurus from the faraway land of Chult. There's the ships here, if it'll load.
Hooray.
Sorry, what was that?
It's great for me so far.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
There they are.
Did it come up? Okay. wonder why I didn't save it from last time.
There it is.
Anyway. So Zardoz assured you that he would do whatever he could to assist in your investigation. You also offered to help him with anything and gave him an invitation to the Restless Tavern. Maloon left in a huff, complaining about the Sea Maiden's Fair having been a waste of time, while the rest of you went further along down the docks, continuing to ask Dock Masters about J.B. Nevercaught, with no success. Serval spoke briefly to the captain of the reclaimed Jewel about the death of Hernman. For a merchant ship, it appeared to be very heavily armed. You ended the day by asking Corinda Garloth to pass along a message to Zelifarn that you had found nothing suspicious aboard the Eyecatcher, and that the Scarlet Marpenoth, while a fantastic marvel of technology, is sadly not for sale.
Make a deal.
Sorry, what did he say?
We'll make a deal.
Make a deal.
Oh. So it is the next morning in Trollskull Tavern, or excuse me, Trollskull Manor.
What color dice should I use?
And let's see, Bartholomew, when you wake up, you actually find a neatly folded paper bird sitting next to your nightstand.
Okay, I'll pick it up. What does this say?
You will find it in your inventory. It says Paper Bird from Matron. Go ahead.
Cool.
Click the little shield to read it.
While I'm, wait, can you guys hear me?
There's some
Okay.
background noise, but yeah, we hear you.
Alright, well, Serval would be going over to, Todd and, groggily having just woken up and trying to get, you know, some coffee and so forth in him. He's like, last night, while I was drifting off to sleep, I had the thought,
Uh-huh.
your dragon friends.
Right. What about him? Serval?
Oops.
You're just thinking about her dragon friends.
Just, you just had a really long thought, huh?
Well, he
Oh, there it
might
is.
ask for more than. Yeah, sorry, my phone timed out. Anyways, so what I was saying is that he would help if he could fly us around with the nimble right detector, we'd get it done a lot quicker, possibly. Or, well, he would ask for more than we're willing to give. So,
And
do you
I
have
start
any?
pointing at you. I'm like, you know what? Flying? That's actually a really good idea. I might have a cheaper way of accomplishing that.
I'll say this. You guys also know Oscar. Well, let's see. Everybody roll
Oscar
me a...
would love to fly a dragon over the city.
Everyone roll me either a history check or an arcana check. Your choice.
Hold on, I'm breaking my dice open. I'm going to translucent black with gold numbers.
Nice.
Sorry, you said
That is a
which or
pretty
what?
set.
Either an arcana or a history check.
I
If
have
someone
his
could
story.
do me the honors.
Alright. Ooh, Serval got a 19 plus whatever.
Okay.
Yay.
It's 19 plus numbers.
Skills. Arcana or what?
History.
22 it is.
Okay. How about Bart?
I'm technically not there.
Okay, that's fair. So you guys know that there is a dragon ward over the city that prevents a dragon from flying.
Whoops.
Nice.
Sorry,
That's
Jason.
fucking
Oh,
handy.
wait, this is water deep, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Well,
So
that's a good idea, though. I might have a way we could do that without dragons.
Yeah, the dragon ward does not extend into the harbor, obviously, because Telefarn's out there. But
A dragon can't enter Waterdeep without being invited and touched by staff, I think. Something like that. I don't have all the details, but something like that.
you said he got a 22.
Yes.
Yeah, you know that there is the dragon staff of Agaron that is required. The touch of this staff will allow a dragon to enter the city.
Oh, I was thinking of this black staff, but it's its own separate thing, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah. Anyways, moving on. So griffins or hippogriffs or
I have a hookup for griffins, probably.
I can't fly a griffin.
Well, I know somebody that can.
That is fantastic.
Good
So
thinking,
there was
good idea.
there was thoughts about the what did you guys say? You said something about the noble part of town.
That we think if we're out of ideas, we need to scan those for the stone, because we're pretty sure that Zentarum dude's in one of them.
Erstal Flocks.
Erstal Floxen, that guy right there. But yeah,
So-
so if we ain't got nothing else, we can do some scans of some noble villas.
They might not like that too much, but well, no,
Right, we'd have
there's
to-
usually griffin patrols, isn't there?
We'd
So
have to talk
they might
to
not
my
think
hookup.
twice about it.
They would
Yeah.
know these things.
There are griffin patrols all over the city.
Fair enough.
You just
Yeah.
need to get arrested and then brought to jail and scan along the way.
Okay. So are we all
All right,
together?
Jason. I respond with that.
Okay.
I don't remember how to message you privately on
Oh, don't worry about
Fantasy
it.
Grounds, so.
That's okay. I think it's just Kai. What is the command to do that on Fantasy Grounds?
M W whisper. Hold on.
Control F4.
Yeah, so W or /W space GM space and then your message.
There you go.
Wow, that's involved.
Yeah.
That's your standard.
Okay.
whisper,
All
right?
right. So, are you sending that just in a paper bird?
Yeah.
Okay. So now let's see. So where are you guys? Do you have anything else you want to do before you set out, or?
You just needed to get arrested, right?
That'll be easy for Oscar.
No, we're not doing that.
How else are we going to get in the Griffin patrols?
We go in the front door and we let me do all of the
Pretend
talking.
to be the police. Got it.
We'll let me do all the talking. I have a friend in there that can.
Are you
help us
guys-
out.
Sorry. Are you guys still in the tavern?
Tap
They are
room,
for
yep.
now.
About this point, I'll come downstairs holding that paper bird. Well, the piece of parchment that it turns into.
I'll see that and get excited. Oh, we get news.
Who's in the room?
Not you. Everybody
Uh,
else.
Right now, it's early enough in the morning that it's just you guys. It's Floon is here. Danica, Bryn, and Kelso are in the back. Tally and Rishal are having breakfast, and Fala's in here with Siraj.
Nice. I'll look around a little bit. Kind of squint my eyes a little bit at Serval. I got a paper bird from Matrim last night. Apparently, his sources have checked into various places around the city and other cities, apparently. This JB Nevercott is an alias. Apparently, he's some sort of mercenary captain. I'm not sure. He's not really sure. But apparently, he's a big enough deal that Mert and Lady Silverhand had a small discussion about him in private. So he's someone of relevance.
A discussion? Are they looking for him too?
Matrim isn't really sure at the moment, but he said that he would keep us informed.
Huh.
Does he have his own boat?
A mercenary captain?
I assume it's the Zentarum at this point.
Can I get a dice roll for what mercenary captains are known in this area? I mean, it is water deep, so there's lots of different mercenary groups and such that are well known. What would be the list of the short list of who this might be?
It's gonna be a very short list. He rolled a 4.
With a 4,
All right, never mind.
nothing.
Very
Captain
short
Kangaroo.
I just stare blankly at.
All right. Okay. So.
After that, I'll hand the letter to Todrin,
Oh, nice.
and I'll just kind of discreetly tap the bottom for him.
I hand Todrin a napkin.
Do you want
At
me
the
to?
bottom. At the
I'm
bottom.
I'm gonna try to do something here, and let me know if it works, Todrin.
Ow! Oh, wait.
Did that work?
Yes.
Great, now I'm pregnant.
Wow.
Yes, I love you guys.
Awesome. Okay. Right. Okay. Who's Mert again?
Wait, what?
Mert is the guy that I met who's apparently someone important in the Harpers.
I think
That
you guys
guy.
should all. This is information that's high enough up that you guys would know. Important enough information. Mert is a very important figure in the city. He's like Dernan's best friend, like the barkeep for the Yawning Portal. They're best friends. They went together into Undermountain. They're pretty much legends in the city.
Oh, okay.
And Mert is now like an advisor to the Open Lord.
So,
All
for
right.
my player knowledge, who's the Open Lord right now?
You guys would all know that that's Lady Laurel Silverhand.
Silverhead. Okay, cool.
So, okay. Alright, so unless we have any other direct things to do, I can take y'all to my Griffin contact and get y'all set up with some flights over the city, hopefully. And then I have something I have to go do, so I'm thinking we should probably split the party for this.
How about we just go do what you're supposed to do first, or give you time to go do it, and then let's do this together, because you never know what interesting things might occur.
I agree. Mine is a diplomatic mission, so I don't need an army. I just need
Fair
one
enough.
talker, maybe 2.
Well, how about we let you go handle what you're going to do, and then we can hop on some griffins.
Todrin, I have the ability to talk.
You
I tap my
do
nose.
indeed, Oscar, and we are so thankful for that.
I'll do what I can to not get murdered.
dice here. I'm gonna roll a dice here.
My AC is 14.
All right. Oscar, would you mind accompanying Serval for a minute while I take Bert up to the temple to do a little bit of talking?
Absolutely.
That would be excellent. I mean, y'all can accompany us to the temple, but I'll need to borrow Bart for
No.
something specific.
I need to teach your halfling friends some of my shanties, and that's exactly what I need Ox for.
Huh.
That sounds like a terrific idea. Danella?
Go ahead. How do you want to do? How do you want to do that?
You win.
That is her name, right? The female halfling?
Danica and Brand.
Danica.
Danica is the
I
one
didn't
who
know
was
that.
caught in the fireball and was like the, other than Urstel, the only person who was injured and didn't die.
Right.
You guys managed to save her
And her rat.
and her rat.
But he can do that while we're on our way.
Sure.
So we'll leave and then.
So hilarity's going to ensue while I try to teach these halflings some sea chanties, and some of them are not exactly safe for work, let's say.
Positively
So-
ribbled?
Go ahead and roll me a performance check for Serval, and I will just go ahead and say
Woohoo.
how'd it go.
23.
Holy
All right.
Wow.
So they're pretty receptive to the whole idea, and they will tell you, hey, they grew up in the dock wards. They've heard a few sea shanties themselves, and they're more than happy to sing along with you.
Outstanding.
Oh, by the way, where is
I-
Maloon?
He left.
Maloon, he left last night, and you guys haven't seen him yet today.
He
And
left?
before
Yeah.
they leave, a quick retcon before I go to the halflings and such, I would want to try to, I'd probably send, Oscar to, go find the halflings, and as soon as I had, Todd and, brain's not functioning.
Bart.
Bart,
Yeah, Bart. As soon as I had Bartholomew and Todrin kind of off to the side, I'd be like, are you guys certain that his axe is safe? Referring to Maloon.
Oh, why wouldn't his axe be safe? Something wrong with his cologne?
Well, to be
I'm
honest,
just
Todrin, Maloon's
wondering.
axe is conscience.
Conscious?
It was hard to
And
say with
so,
a bung full of smoke.
A bung full of smoke.
So, as
Coughing
your
hurts
edge,
so much.
that implies a blue dragon, possibly, is what conjures thoughts of in my head. And blue dragons aren't exactly the most kind creatures.
you guys actually
Are we sure? Are we sure he doesn't have any kind of possession goes? Because as far as I know, we would have to maybe get some clerics to try to like sneak in a blessing on him or depossession of sorts.
Well,
What
I
do
will
you
say,
guys-
you guys do know that the handle of Azure Edge is wrapped with blue dragon hide.
I didn't know that
So-
could be a possibility, but I do have a friend that's capable of that.
Can I make an Arcana check to see how much I know about souls, like possessing items and stuff?
If I can never fucking find her.
Yeah, go ahead, Bart.
Bartholomew.
I will punch you in the dick so hard. God damn it.
Lanner said it, not me. Don't hit me.
He
Was
said
it
it by
one?
mistake. You said it intentionally.
Was a 6, but
Yeah, it was a 1. It was really
okay.
bad.
You know that that's a thing that happens. Is about it.
Cool. Well, then I
It's
have no
just
input.
that you all seemed concerned about him, and he does seem, shall we say, moody.
Yeah. I mean, that could just be natural suspicion, too. It's
It
not
could be,
uncommon
it
for
could
people
be.
to have that strong of a disliking of the Zentarum.
I just wanted to throw it out there as a thought for you gentlemen, so
That's a good
I
idea.
don't know.
It is.
We
We
could
will
ask
keep an
him.
eye on him a little bit closer. Maybe a little bit of talk about it.
Right. Alright, well, we
I've-
gotta...
All
Yes,
right.
yes. Enjoy your shanties, Serval.
Oh yes, thank you very much, gentlemen.
I'll just nod at you.
So Bart and Todrin, you guys head to the Temple of Beauty.
Yeah, on the way, I asked him, so, what'd you say in your reply? I'm assuming you sent a reply.
Well, I told him that we appreciated him being prompt in his response and research, and that I also appreciated his continued assistance and cooperation.
Right. Skip to the good
Um,
parts.
That's really all I said. I mean, and then
Oh.
regarding Maloon, I just informed him that I feel like Maloon and our group are coming to a mutual understanding of the Zentarum, and his perspectives are coming to a little bit of a more clear path.
Is that true? I haven't seen him change at all.
In some of our
They even
conversations.
knew that was his problem, an obsession with the Zentarum?
I'm not sure, but that seems to be his driving goal right now.
Right. That definitely is the problem. You know, whatever else may be causing it.
I mean, he hasn't gone balls deep into a Zentarum camp alone yet.
True.
Hopefully.
True. Seems to be fairly reasonable about it. So maybe we can swing by and pick him up on our way back to the tavern.
That sounds like a good idea.
So about this thing that's going on here, I was visited again by the Lady of Love last night.
Really? What
Yeah.
did she say?
Well, it was really good to see her, of course.
I grab your arm when you say that.
Yeah.
I'm like
but,
visibly excited.
Well, it's kind of bittersweet as this whole thing has been so far. So the mirror that I returned,
Yes?
she didn't seem pleased that I had returned it. Not simply because I returned it, but because of what happened when I did.
What happened?
Well, I guess it turns out that our friend the High Priestess Aurelia, she is the jealous type. It turns out. Yeah, so she has mishandled that and probably many other things. So
what are we doing?
I have quite a bit of history with this woman. I still think she's a very good person. I was hoping if I could just talk to her and open up to her, maybe she'll realize that being the chosen isn't all sunshine and roses, and that she's got it better than I do so far. I don't know. Is that something I should say? I don't
Maybe
know.
not. Because if she really is bitter about everything, it may not be best to say that that's as good as it's gonna get for you, because where I'm at is shit.
Oh,
Could you imagine?
Imagined interpreting it that way, but I see your
Could
point.
you? Right, but if she really is bitter, as you're kind of saying, I guess,
Right.
you have to be ready for the most negative outcome you can imagine. And that's probably it.
Man, This is rough.
Being told that your situation is crap and it's the best of the two, it's probably not going to be very enlightening.
Okay,
So,
maybe offer to share it with her?
is that an option?
I don't know. I don't know how any of this works.
I don't understand, Todrin. What did Sune say to you about the mirror?
That the High Priestess stashed it. She and her friends locked it away so nobody could have it or use it, and that was kind of the reason the Lady of Love brought it back into circulation.
So what she wants is for you to wield the mirror, or just for it to
Sune?
be used by all? Yes.
Probably either one. Definitely not what's happening.
So the goal is just for the mirror's exposure.
No, the goal is to help this poor woman with her insecurity, because she could do some real damage to the whole following in her position. I mean, the mirror is just a symptom, really.
Is that what Sune told you?
No, but does that not sound right? I mean, the mirror's
It
not
does.
superpowered, it's just a tool of the following. If this is something she's willing to do, she's probably willing to do other things too. I don't want that to happen. Temple's
All
done a
right.
lot
Well,
of good
here's
for
the
me.
next question. What if she does get aggressive and tells you that you're full of crap and says, "Get out"? What are we gonna do then?
Oh, I don't know. I need to talk to Lorelei. She's really my only other true friend at that temple. I would have said Aurelia was one too, but Lorelei would have more to say on what to do. She works at the temple, so.
That's true.
But you know,
Well, then I think it might be best to talk to Lorelei.
Lorelei
You don't
first.
think she's part of the scheme, do you?
No, I do not think so.
Did you ever show the mirror to Lorelei?
Shit, did I? I think so.
I'm not sure. I don't think so.
No, you're right. I don't think I did.
So she may not even be aware of what we're going to be talking about.
Well, she was aware that there was some issues with some jealous parties at the temple. She didn't mention which ones. Maybe she already knew about this bitterness.
Well,
But I don't know where to find her. I've been
all
trying.
we can do is speculate until we know more. I
Right.
think Lorelei is the good place to start, Taldrin.
Well, I don't know how to find her. I've been trying. Do I know where she lives?
Lives? No. You do know that she's frequently at the Temple of Beauty.
Right. I've been there 3 times looking for her, and she's never been there. So I guess we'll go and we'll see if we can find her first, and if we can't, then we'll go talk to Aurelia. I really feel like I can try to have a heart-to-heart with her and get her to open up.
How well do I know Aurelia?
Iana Lothalus.
Ayana!
You guys have known her for as long as Todrin's been interested in the Temple of Sune, and so a few years at least. Roll me an insight check.
Ah.
Yeah, you've always known her to be kind and fair-minded, but that's about it. I mean, she's not like a really, really good friend of yours, particularly, but
Right.
And on the way, I'll buy a couple roses like I always do.
sure. Just out of curiosity, are you stopping at Fala's when you get the roses or something?
Yeah, I liked that idea. Yep.
Okay. So yeah, she'll a couple of copper pieces for some roses. I may have said silver before, I'm not sure.
Okay.
Anyway, so she'll sell you whatever kind of flowers that you want to take, and you guys head on to the Temple of Beauty. And when you get there, roll me perception checks, both of you.
That's better.
Yeah, me
God
too.
damn it. Fucking 1 and a 3.
Okay.
Bunch of bullshit.
Both of you notice this when you come in. It's not everyone, but as you're both walking together through the Temple of Beauty, some people stop and watch and whisper as you're walking by. And Bart, you can tell they're looking at Todrin specifically. There's a lot of people paying a lot of attention to him, and a lot of whispering going on behind y'all's backs as you walk by.
Does it seem to be spiteful, or just curious, or awe-struck?
There is yours is enough to know that there's a lot of mixed feelings. Like there's some that's awe, and some it's more almost suspicious.
Okay. Mixed feelings.
Strange.
So yeah, you guys.
As we get into a corner, like as we turn a corner where there's not a lot of people, I'm just gonna kind of subtly whisper over to Todrin. What happened here?
I'm guessing she spread the word that I'm the chosen.
It doesn't seem to be having the effect one would suspect or
No,
expect.
no, but there's a lot of people here with, well, people like I used to be. Closed-minded, arrogant, selfish. I mean, I'm not totally over all of those things, but some of them just come here for the riches and the pretty girls. And
It's right about the time that he's saying pretty girls that you see a woman kind of run by, giggling, being chased by a guy.
yeah, it's like, yep, see, that's what they come here for. So, you know, it's easy to be gossipy and, I mean, they're nobles. What can you expect?
How
Not
base.
all of them, but there's certainly more than a few nobles come here.
Right.
At that point, I just adopt this kind of grim disposition.
So I want to look for Lorelei first.
Okay.
Most people would probably
you-
think I'm hostile. Like,
Are
just
you
the way I'm
asking
walking.
around or just looking for her?
My hand on Weaver, just like,
I'll ask around. I'll
Okay.
talk to some of these people.
So
Try to
one
be
of the
friendly and
acolytes,
charming.
one of the acolytes will, and this, she happens to greet you more friendly than some of the other people that are kind of staring. And she's like, I saw her earlier. Let me find. I'll ask around. And it's not very long after that she comes back and brings you to Lorelei.
ooh,
Awesome.
And you see her. She's standing there dressed in this well-shined, polished armor, and she's not currently wearing the sword, but you see it's laying on a cushion next to where she's standing. And she welcomes you inside. And she says, "Todrin, hi, how are you?"
Lorelei, oh my God, it's good to see you, and I'll give her a hug.
She throws her arms around you and she says,
oh,
"Todrin, there's been a lot of talk around here.
Right.
You okay?"
To be honest, no. I've had better days. I've lost friends, and things have been up and down in a big way. I've made some friends too, but God, I'm really glad to see you. I need your help. Well, first of all, I need you to hold on to this for me because it's just getting way too heavy, and I'll hand her one of the roses.
She just kind of smiles and just that's very kind of you. Thank you. I'll find some water for this immediately.
Excellent. Second, I believe I have discovered the jealous parties you had mentioned a few days ago.
That seems to be spreading.
Yeah,
She kind of looks around.
this it does. That's not exactly what I had been hoping for. I made a move to try to alleviate some of that pressure, and it seems to have backfired. You remember
So,
that mirror? I think I at least showed it to you.
I remember, yeah.
Yeah, I returned that to the temple. I gave it to Ayana herself to, add to the temple and help with the following.
Right.
But it seems that she has stashed it, hidden it away.
I haven't seen it since. When was this?
I gave it to her a couple days ago.
I haven't seen it since then.
Right.
Last time I saw it was with you.
Yeah. I gave it to her, and she was supposed to make it available to the temple. She has stashed it. Was she
I
the one
don't.
you were referring to when you mentioned jealous folk?
Well, yes, but others as well. It's just
That doesn't seem like her
it
at all.
comes with the territory, Doctor. A little bit, at least. This is unusual for sure, but there's certainly plenty of jealousy around here.
Right. I mean, that's why it didn't bother me when you said it, but Ayana, of all people, it just doesn't seem like her.
I know. I'm
Do
not
you
sure
think-
what's wrong.
Do you think maybe I should talk to her, confront her about it? I thought we were friends. I think we are friends. I think we can work this out.
If you think that's best.
I want to try. Would you mind coming with me?
Sure.
I could use some backup. Okay. All right.
Yeah, she picks up her sword and straps it to her belt, and she'll follow you along.
Excellent.
Cool. Okay, let's find Ayana.
Just out of curiosity, what are you guys doing back at the tavern, Oscar and Serval?
I followed Serval for exactly 1 minute, as Tadrin said, and then I just stopped.
Oh no.
How about you,
to-
Serval?
Where is that woman? The Anna Bellabrante?
She would probably either be at the peak top area, where they have the griffins,
Right.
or you might try the Bellabranta Villa, which is
So
about 3 blocks south.
I
and
meant
east
to
of you.
mention this earlier. I forgot. So let's retcon that. I'll tell Serval and Oscar when they're done with whatever they want to do at the tavern to head to that Irie, and we'll meet them
Okay.
there.
So yeah, he's telling you guys the top of the mountain, and I'll just show you where on the map this is. So there's one of the giant walking statues is up on the mountainside here that overlooks the city, and this one's shaped like a griffin. It's standing on all 4 legs with its back stands probably 20 feet off the ground. So a giant would have.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right. That's what the black staff does. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. We would head that direction when it seemed like it would be an appropriate amount of time for them to finish what they're doing at the temple.
Okay. So back to you guys at the temple. So again, Lorelei will walk you through the temple, and she leads the way right to the high priestess, and she's sitting there and there's one of the acolytes is there. They're having their nails painted as you walk in. She says, "Oh, Todrin,
Oh, hello,
I'm surprised to see you here.
Lady Priestess.
How are you?"
I'm good. I'm good. Am I interrupted?
And she kind of motions to the acolyte. They kind of stand up, take their things, and go. And she says, "No. What's the trouble?"
Right. Okay. Is she sitting down?
She was. She's standing now.
Okay, I'll walk over. Can we take a seat and have a chat for a minute? It's been a long time
Please.
since I had time for it.
And she'll motion you to.
And you know my
Again,
friend Bart.
very, very nice plush chairs. So
I'll
she
go ahead
looks-
and. Is there a slot for my sword?
a slot.
In the chair.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Everything here's got a slot.
Wow.
A nice
So-
plush slot.
Yeah, she offers you each a seat, and she says, "What can I do for you?"
Well, my friend, I brought something for you, as I always do. And I'll hold out the rose. The second rose.
She takes it, and there's a cautious smile that kind of creeps across her face. And she says, "Thank you. That's very kind. So what brings you here?"
Well, a number of things, as usual, but I wanted to thank you.
What for?
Well, because you played a big role in teaching me something very important about this place and what it represents. I'll gesture around at just the beautiful surroundings. I'm like, it's really easy to get tied up in the superficial beauty of everything and everyone here. You know, that's its initial attraction for sure, but that's not what this place is about, and you helped me learn that in a big way. It's not about the pretty people or the fancy clothes or the good wine. It's about love.
It's about beauty, Todder.
Well, but what?
And she kind of has this almost irritated, like, and she's just, Todrin, you don't have to come into my temple and preach to me about what our
No.
Lady Suni.
No. This is what you taught me. I'm thanking you for it. I mean no offense, of course. What else would you do with beauty? I mean, it's beauty on its own doesn't mean anything. It's empty.
She just kind of nods her head, and she's almost like staring a hole right through him at this point.
Feel free to help me out here if you can. Drax.
Lorelei kind of she'll interject and she'll say, "I'm sure there's something that we can do to help."
Well, actually, Iona.
Ayana.
Iona. Actually, Iona. I thought that the entire message of Suni was the inner beauty, not just outer beauty. There's a lot more to the word beauty than just aesthetic.
It's beauty in all forms.
Right.
I think that's what Todrin is trying to say here, Iona.
Todrin, and she looks at the door, and she walks to the door and she closes the door and makes sure that it's just the four of you in the room now. Todrin, I have some very serious accusations that have been made against you.
Oh. Okay.
Against you?
Against me.
Oh shit.
Todrin, I have someone who claims that they saw you the night of green grass take Suni's mirror from your backpack rather than being given it by our goddess.
Well, I mean, I had to have put it in my pack at
Not-
some point.
Not in, that you took it out. That's when you were.
You think that I lied about being bestowed
I
by
don't
the
think
Lady
that.
of Love?
I don't think that. I
You
think
don't?
that there are some in our temple who are saying that.
Okay, well, tell me truly, Ayana, do
Roll
you really
perception.
believe that? Do you really believe that I got it from my god? Our god?
I don't know.
I'm very sorry to hear that. Do you remember not that long ago I requested somebody that could force truth if necessary?
Yes. We've
What is her
tried that.
demeanor right now? Is she like
Roll me an
fidgety?
insight. Roll me an insight check. And she will tell you, we tried that.
Ooh.
Unfortunately, the results were inconclusive.
Well, I'm volunteering.
Very well. You can see she's taken not a hostile. No, it's hostile like personally, but not like she's not about to attack or anything like
I
that.
get
She's
Right, she's
she seems-
defensive.
defensive, angry, very much. If this is true, you're in serious shit. That kind of thing.
Right.
And she says, "Very well. Do you want to do that right now?"
Well, I have to say before we do this, Ayana, that this doesn't seem like you.
Todrin, if you're lying, if you have broken the oath that you took by lying about this, that is. And she just bites her lip and she says, "You know."
Here now, I stand up. Are you seriously saying that right now? Are you seriously accusing Todrin of lying about something like this? Do you
We're
really
about to find
understand?
out, my lord. We are about to find out.
Yes, we are, and I'll take a seat. Yes, we are.
And she looks to Lorelei, and then she looks to you, and she kind of gives a sideways glance at Bart, and she begins speaking the words.
I just
and
lean
casting the
closer and
spell.
squint my eyes at her.
And I need everyone in the room
Staring
to
her.
roll a charisma save.
Is there any way
Ooh.
to purposefully give in to?
No, and I'm almost tempted to roll it for you, actually, but
What do you mean? Oh, I'll do it with a computer. I won't do it with.
okay.
I thought the rules allowed for a voluntary failed save.
It
I
doesn't
thought so.
say that.
I'm pretty sure that's a thing. You can choose not to resist.
Sounds familiar to me.
Okay.
I mean, it might have been a house rule, but
It might have
Here's the
been
thing.
earlier.
Here's the thing. I've seen Matt Mercer do this once before, where he actually rolled the saves behind the screen, so they didn't even know whether they had succeeded or failed on it.
Oh, I see.
That was. I don't know if that's how it's supposed to be done or not. That's just how he did it one time. So, but
Well, I remember in 3.5 edition, that was definitely a thing. I'd run quite a few
Yeah.
games
So-
in that one.
Well,
and
it's
that
up to
was-
you, Kaizen.
But I don't know.
Go ahead and
But yeah,
roll
it's
it
your,
for me.
your game.
Go ahead and roll it for me in the tower.
Charisma save.
Yeah, charisma save.
Do you want me to do mine in this hour too?
No,
I
I'll
can
just use
reroll.
yours.
Tower.
Come on. There we go.
Okay.
Mine is strong.
Right.
The
So-
question is she casting the spell that you were all expecting her to cast?
Wow.
She
I hadn't even thought of
says, all right. Todrin, tell me what happened on green grass.
Well, on green grass, you, my friend, threw me a lovely ceremony. I went in to perform my ritual in the hopes of meeting Our Lady Love herself, and I did. I did meet her, and she bestowed upon me a gift that had apparently been missing from the temple for a long time. That mirror, the mirror that I gave to you, trusting that you would in turn return it to circulation within the temple. It seems you lied to me.
Excuse me.
Please don't make this any worse than it has to be, my friend.
What are you accusing me of?
Why don't you tell me, what did you do with the mirror?
It's in the vault where I told you I would put it.
That is not...
That is.
That is what she said, huh? Oh. I had assumed you would make it available to the following.
Todrin, this is a relic, an artifact that has been lost for over 100 years. I'm not just going to let it go from hand to hand.
Well, it doesn't have to be that way.
But Todrin, this has been lost once before. I'm not ready to lose it again.
Okay. All right. Well, let's backtrack then. I'm not lying to you. The Lady Love gave that to me herself.
I can see that.
Indeed, and now I believe an apology is in order. And I'm just staring at her.
Awesome.
You can see she is very unhappy, and she says,
Oh, I'm pissed off too.
Todrin, I apologize. The
Thank you.
accusations were unfounded, and I will make sure that that is known by everyone.
I appreciate that. And I apologize for my temper.
Well, thank you, Ayana, and all is forgiven. I sense that these events have caused you some pain, and I apologize for that. I didn't mean for that to happen.
She just kind of nods her head. She says, I appreciate that.
I like to think that we're friends. I need you to support me. I really do.
She says, tell me, are you the chosen of Sumi?
I am indeed. I was visited by her again last night.
You can see she's almost got tears in her eyes at this point, and she says, very well.
I'll stand up and walk over and offer my hand. Try to take her hand in mine.
She says, I am so sorry. And she's practically shaking as she takes your hand.
Listen, no. It's okay. It's okay. I don't want this kind of problem between us. I think we can really make some beautiful things happen here. It's not just me that Suni has put her faith in, it's the whole temple, you included.
Indeed,
That, she looks at you and she says, that was a lie.
What do you mean?
She still has the spell up.
I didn't mean that as a lie. Todd thinks that's true. He doesn't think he's worthy of Suni's attention on his own.
It's not what I meant. I meant of her.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Well, I mean, that's what I believe. Maybe I'm wrong. Listen, I think that there's been some misunderstandings, and we can get them cleared up easily and move forward as a team.
She just kind of nods her head and she says, Lorelei, would you please show them out?
Would you please what? What'd she say?
She's asking Lorelei to show you out. She says, I need some time.
Oh, alright, milady. I'll kiss her hand and release her. And
again, her lips are quivering and she's very not okay.
Neither am I. I'm shaken.
And so Lorelei will take you out of the room and she says, it was more tense than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I got a little out of control
No.
there.
No. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate that. That's why I brought you. I mean,
So
if all else failed, I could have just done some of my new magic. I mean, my oath is intact.
And Lorelei says, "That's good."
Speaking of, my friend, when can we get together over this issue?
I have a friend that I'm going to bring by your tavern. Either, if not tonight, maybe tomorrow night. Depends on her schedule.
All right.
Wait,
You
what?
trust me. You need to meet her. She's wonderful. You'll love her.
What? What
Okay.
issue?
The one
I'm sorry.
that
What part?
he's asking what issue?
Oh,
I'm lost
okay.
because they just changed conversation, and I'm not
Right.
aware of the discussion between those two.
This
Got
is
it.
the one that we can't speak of.
And it clicks for me. Ah, I see.
Right. So okay, my dear, we'll see you at the tavern tonight then.
If not tonight, maybe tomorrow night. We'll see.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for your help here. I appreciate you.
So you guys leave here, and I guess you guys are gonna all meet at the peak top area then.
Yeah.
All right. So
Fuck.
yeah, you guys catch a coach or something, and you guys make your way there, no problem. Making your way up the side of the mountain
Downtown.
is
Fucking
uh,
fast.
so you guys
Wow.
make your way up the side of the mountain to the peak top area, and there's a path that's carved. So it's not like you're not having to like climb with grappling hooks or anything like that. But it's probably approaching midday when you guys get to peak top area, and you guys are just in time to see a patrol of like 3 griffins along with their riders is just now leaving and headed south towards the dock the dock ward. And you're greeted by Inna, and she's outside with one of the griffins. She's got a saddle on it, and she's got some like food in her hand that she's feeding it and she's trying to train it right now.
Does it
And
look
my
good?
friend.
Sorry, what was that, Oscar?
Does it look good? Because I'm gonna try some.
It is raw meat.
Oh well, it's too late now.
Yes, it is. Choo
So
choo.
there is
Choke
There
it
is
down.
a bucket of raw meat that's sitting there next to her that she's using, and roll me a con save.
Can I do a sleight of hand to get rid of it?
Yeah, sure.
Could we,
Yes.
like, does it look like there's going to be people hurt or people in the way? Like,
Sorry.
I'm sorry. Maybe I didn't hear you guys correctly. But
We can't hear you very clearly.
let me, I'll be right back. Hold on.
Okay. So
Oh, yes.
so Anna doesn't notice what you do, and we'll see if the griffin does. Nope, the griffin doesn't notice it either. So yeah, you're able to just toss it aside while they're not looking.
Hairball.
And Anna turns to you and she says, "Podrin, hi, what are you doing up here?"
And my friend. Hello.
Again, you guys have just a beautiful view of the city from up here. You can see everything. You're at easily the highest point in the city.
This is a crazy cool view for sure.
Sure is. It's even better from up there. She points to the griffins that are flying off in the distance.
Right. I remember you telling me. Speaking of the griffins, I was wondering if my team and I could ask a favor of you.
Sure. What do you need?
I think my colleague could explain a little better, and I'll gesture over to Bert. This is
I'll walk forward.
Bert, my longtime friend. I'm sure you remember him.
I kind of give Bart kind of a glare.
Todd, you mean?
Hello. Or, yeah, Jesus. Okay.
And you, Bart, you would know I dated Enna for a little bit a long time ago, and it ended well. She's cool.
Okay. Hi, Anna. My name is actually Bartholomew Todrin.
Just grinning.
I am with Family Margaster, and what Todrin is saying is we would actually like to requisition a few griffins so that we could sweep the city.
She kind of looks at the one in front of her and she says, "We don't really do that here."
I understand, but
I was thinking maybe on one of your regular patrols we could just send one of our members with you for a ride along.
Well, I think we could work something out with that, maybe. Just a second. She kind of pats this one griffin on the head. She says, "This is Bone Snapper. He's still in training."
do I have any sort of badge or anything that makes me like I know I'm not a member of Force Grey, but
The Mages Guild thing?
no, not the Mages Guild, but we've been talked to by the Black Staff about helping out Force Grey and stuff.
Right. Yeah, I think it's... I don't know that you've got any kind of like identifying papers or anything like that, but if you mention Force Grey, she's like, "Yeah, sure." So she will tell you, "I think I could probably take a few of you." And she looks over at Oscar and she's like,
Maybe
he's
not
rather
him.
large."
I wipe my mouth.
She
Yeah,
says,
he is.
"Do any of you have any experience flying?"
Do I? Did we?
No.
Damn it.
I have plenty of experience falling.
I've fallen before as well. Wouldn't say I'm an expert though.
I've fallen once or twice, and I'll give her a wink.
Oh my goodness.
She just kind of... She catches that one. She just smiles and turns red. She says, "Okay. There's going to be a patrol leaving here again in a while. I will see if we can double up on the griffins." She says, "It's a lot of weight, especially with the big guy there." She's looking at Oscar. She says, "But they're big animals. They can handle it."
I appreciate you,
What
Anna.
is it that you need to do this for, though? I don't... What are you looking for?
I'll look to
Well, Bert, don't you have the device with you?
I do, and I'll pull out the detector.
You see, milady,
Nimble
this
right there.
is a Nimblewright detector, and did you hear about the fireball that exploded in Troll Skull Alley not too long ago?
Yeah, I absolutely did. One of our people flew over the area just less than a minute
Oh.
after it happened.
It
Oh, and,
seems that
part-
that was.
Sorry, go ahead.
It seems that that was perpetuated by a Nimblewright, and so we are using this detector to try to hunt down the perpetrator.
Do you have any idea where to start? I mean, we can do a citywide search here in just a couple of hours.
We don't. That's the reason we have this guy here.
Well,
And I just kind of click the trigger a couple times.
The only thing we do have for a starting point is that we're supposing it might be hidden in a noble's villa somewhere.
so either the north or the seaward.
Perhaps.
Yes.
Well, that'll...
Likely.
we can have this done in 20 minutes.
Pardon my manners,
Seems
by
like
the
a
way.
good-
This is my newly found friend, Sir Vol,
It's a pleasure to meet you.
and the big
Nice
guy
to
is
be me.
Oscar.
Yeah, it's me.
And she looks up at Oscar and she says, I see you at the races?
I roll my eyes.
I won the races. Thank
That's
you.
right.
Yes.
Toddern, you didn't tell me you knew a celebrity. She's just kind of poking fun.
I roll my eyes again.
I'd go over to Bart and say, "Hey, one of us needs to invest in a enlarge reduce spell so we can, get him around more often."
Oscar?
Indeed.
Yes.
So
If we were to reduce him down, isn't it something like an eighth of his weight? I mean, that would be much easier. I mean, heck, we could even give him a piggyback.
Not a
And
bad
now that
idea.
I've mentioned piggyback, right? I'm wondering what's going to go through Oscar's head.
So, Bart, Anna
Good as a
is
druid.
Anna's gonna pull you aside just for just a second, and she just asks you. She says, "You're a wizard, right?
I am.
You don't happen to know Featherfall, do you?"
Unfortunately, I do not.
I want to roll a perception to see if I overhear that.
Go ahead and roll it for him.
Wow, this dice sucks, dude. I'm so sorry. That's another one.
Darn.
Nope.
But Bart would look
This-
at the bard, right? Maybe he
Swapping this
knows.
I know Serval has some magical talent.
Yeah.
I kind of look
I'm
around.
clueless at the moment. I'm
We
clueless
have-
at the moment.
She says,
Checking out Anna's ass.
we have some rings, but we can make this
We are
work."
experts at falling.
So she
One
goes
second.
in and she
Serval.
makes some arrangements, and you
While
guys.
she's in there, I walk over to Serval and ask him about that.
Yes, sir. What? Huh? Yes. How can I help
You
you,
have
sir?
magical capabilities. Are you able to cast Featherfall?
Oh, on a ship when you're up in the rigging, that is a must-have. So yes, indeed.
Excellent. Excellent.
That
And I
sounds
would be
useful.
very happy to know that.
All right. So she makes some arrangements, and soon she comes out, and there are 4 griffins, and each one of them has got a rider on it. They're all dressed like this, including her. She's wearing the full garb,
That is cool.
Yeah, it is.
and she says, she's patting the one that she's on. She says, "This is Moxie." She says, "That's Bone Snapper, Blackjack, and the last one back there we just call Fall. You don't want to know why."
Start laughing.
No foreshadowing at all.
So we'll put Mr. Sir on Fall.
Sounds like a plan. Sure.
Cool.
I just made those names up on the spot.
I like it. Fucking Bone Breaker.
Bone Snapper.
Bone Snapper, sorry. Aha!
All right, so, do you want to do the whole city, or do you want to just do the North and Seaward?
How about we
Let's
start
start
with
with-
the specifics and we'll do a full
Yeah,
sweep if
start-
that doesn't work.
Start with the villas, and then we'll go from there.
So you guys all walk forward on the. You mount up on these griffins. You walk forward, and they're overlooking
real
the
quick.
edge of the mountain here. Go ahead.
Maybe we should give our veteran writer the detector to hold on to. That way we all don't have to worry about dropping it, because the most veteran person, most capable person has.
The man speaks sense. Do we need to tie the button down again?
Probably a good idea. Who's that? Ox?
Let's do that.
No.
Oh,
She says, "I'll hold it if you want me to."
yes, please do.
And each of you are strapped into the saddle at this point, and she says, "Don't worry, we've only had 3 guys fall out this week." With that, she snaps the reins, and they take off.
Nice. As she says that, I just go bone white. Yeah, I don't know.
And so the griffins take off, and you are airborne, and the ground beneath you just starts to fall further and further below, and you guys are pretty high up. But she's keeping at that 500 feet, so that you're in range of the nimble right detector. So it's a little lower than they usually fly. And from Mount Waterdeep, you fly right over Pirgaron's palace, the palace of Waterdeep. You fly pretty much following the Street of Silks through the castle ward north towards let's see, the market. You'll be passing on the right hand, or you'll be passing the market with it on your right hand side. You pass by the Dreaming Lady, or the Lady Dreaming, which is another one of the walking statues that it's a female elf whose hair and clothing appear to be just flowing naturally in the wind, but it's not, because it's just a giant statue.
Crazy.
You pass over Blackstaff Tower, and you start flying through the Sea Ward. And at first, there's nothing, just the wind in your hair. You guys don't sense anything, but she's making a point to fly directly over each of the noble villas. And for a while, there's just nothing and nothing. And you eventually make your way over into the North Ward. You guys fly over the Talmost Villa, and you fly over Trollskull Alley. You fly right directly over Oldbrinter Villa, and then she takes you south over the Amcathra and the Margaster Villas.
And it beeps.
Nothing.
Damn it.
You pass by another one of the walking statues. This one's the Sword Maiden. This one's kind of... The Sword Maiden is more torn up than some of the others. It's seen some damage over the years. But then she turns back, heading north, and you guys pass right over Stormweather Estate. And as you're approaching Growlhunt Villa, beep, 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 beep,
Growl
beep.
Hunt.
And you know that name.
I
You
Who
dated
knows?
a Growl. You dated a
Or all
Growlhunt.
of us.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Let me check. Let me check. Let me check.
A growl hunt.
Ryland? Oh, Growlhund. Yeah.
Bray.
Yeah. Oh no. Oh no.
What?
Oh no.
So
Well,
she...
guys, we should just give this up.
Well, as soon as that starts beeping, I'm like, well, let's turn around and head back now. It's
She's
all
like-
good.
She says, "Do
What?
you really want me to turn around? What?"
No, oh god.
What is that? Is that what this is?
Yeah, this is the
So
Growlhunds.
she makes a motion in the air to the riders behind her, and she turns them around, and you guys pass back over Growlham Manor, and again it goes beep, 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 beep as you fly over. She says, "It's definitely down there."
Can I pull Drax for like 2 seconds real quick?
Oh.
Whispers.
You guys are in the air.
Just to remind him of something that he knows.
Oh, sure.
What?
At the opera, the chick that walked up and slapped me was all bitchy.
That was a growl hunt.
That was
The
Bray
bitch?
Growlhund. Yep.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yep.
All right.
Did not
All
go well.
Oh. All right.
All right.
You guys,
So she says,
Hey,
well,
I'm gonna meet you.
"What do you guys want to do?"
Ah.
And at this point, she's making a point to not keep flying around their house,
Right.
Yeah.
just because she doesn't want to tip them off or anything.
Yeah, man.
When she asks, continue the search or the sweep.
Patrol pattern.
Delta.
Pattern.
So you guys continue flying over the. She takes it over the City of the Dead now. At this point, giant park that you see people down there just like having picnics and things like that. And she says, "Do you want me to take us back to the Peaktop area?"
Yeah, that sounds like a plan.
Well, hold on. If it's involving a noble house, wouldn't it be more authoritative to have the Griffin Riders there to, help back us up? And
She
I don't know, maybe.
she kind of calls back over her shoulder when that said. She says, "This is more of territory for the city watch. We're technically part of the guard."
Ah,
Right.
fair enough, fair enough. There's the delineation. Well, once we're back on the ground, then I'll have a further talk with everyone.
Yeah. So again, all four of these griffins land in formation back at Peep Top Airy. Uh, they seem happy. Like they just got to fly around the city for fun, so that was cool.
Mhm.
And these guys dismount and take their mounts off into the stable area where they keep the griffins. She says, "Well, I guess it's up to you guys now. I mean, you're Force Gray after all. This is this is your thing, not mine."
Right.
Well,
Well,
we
we
are
appreciate your
Hmm.
assistance.
actually we helped Force Gray at one point, but we're trying to form our own thing, and I think you get the honor of being the first one to hear our name.
Which is
Just crickets.
We we
Nice.
we are the uncommon of Troll Skull Alley.
The uncommon. Okay.
It was Kai's idea, and I thought it was fucking awesome.
what is wrong with rhythm? Sorry. Uh, so what do you? She says, "I guess that's as good a name as any other." She
Well,
says,
hopefully better than most.
"Well, I should hope so." Uh, she says,
How
"I don't know."
non-committal.
She says, "Look, I don't know what's going on at Grolhan Villa. I don't know what you guys are planning on doing. Quite frankly, I don't know that I want to know. Force Grey is a whole different thing from our jurisdiction, but just be careful. You're dealing with nobles here.
Right.
You know as well as I do."
The
Thank you,
laws
Anna.
get real sticky real quick.
Right. So, Anna, I appreciate your help today, but as far as we're concerned, we got rides on griffins around the city, and it was a pleasant view. Wasn't it, Oscar? A pleasant view.
It was. It was down.
Yep. It was great. So, thank you for that, Anna. We appreciate you.
Indeed.
Well, thank you. And hey, if you guys ever need another search or anything, happy to have you.
Oh, and thank you for that presentation at my ceremony. That was very beautiful.
Oh, you're welcome.
Any chance to ride a griffin, right?
Oh yeah, any chance.
All right. Well, thank you. You have a good night now.
Okay. So by this point, this actually didn't take very long. You guys, from the time you left to the time you got back, was about 20 minutes, like she said. So it is not long after noon. What do you want to do?
Oh my
How
God.
long will it take us to get there? And should we ask for a griffin ride over nearby?
Across the town, not long, 30, 45 minutes.
With Kai's.
With his thing, it's probably faster, more like 20.
Cool.
He's got
like a
city
plan?
secrets that gives him faster city travel.
But we're running through people's rooms.
Like Assassin's Creeding it, just jump through the
Yep.
window, hop the table,
Exactly.
shove a stranger, kick a baby.
Just watch out.
I
for those
remember in
glitches.
another game I was playing in a modern, Shadowrun game. So, all futuristic and such. I was playing a wizard and had a levitation spell, and I just leaped right off the roof and scared the crap out of the the random NPC that was there. And as I was floating down, he's like runs over to the edge and goes, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "It's parkour. It's okay."
Grab his hands and pull him down.
It's parkour. It's legal.
I did not
Alright.
jump to my death. Parkour, parkour.
So before we get too much further, I'm going to ask, how's everybody on time?
I'm good.
Good.
Yeah, fine.
20.
Kai, what was that?
Yeah, all good.
All right. So
Dum dum
you
dum.
guys
How is
approach.
everybody on time?
You guys approach back to the North Ward. Are you going straight to Gralhun Villa, or
Well, while we're walking, I want to discuss. So we need to figure out where we're at here. So we have the three leads. We have the Zentarum guy or Erstal. We have the Stone, and we have the
right?
yeah, that's what's called, the Nimble Rat, said the voice in my head. So we know now maybe where the Nimble Rat is, but what?
If he's still there by the time we get back.
Right,
But
but
yeah.
What can we possibly hope to learn from it? I mean, it in itself is an objective, but is there anything else we can accomplish while we're here?
Well, what the question I have is why is the Nimblewright at that estate? Are Nimblewrights self-determinative or are they slaves? Because you guys described your friend that built this Nimblewright, and he seems like he's fairly sentient. But then the ones that we met at the on the ship, those seemed more like mindless automata. So I don't know.
Well, they both seemed pretty nimble, right?
Oh my god.
That's disadvantage for the rest of the night.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm going to
Well done.
you. I dubbed the nimble wit troll slayer.
Yes. Awesome. Right. So, whichever one it is, these, I guess you got a good point. I mean,
So
it's not like the nimble rides after the gold, though.
well, we don't know that. I mean, if it's self-determinative, it could build it could build an army of other Nimblewrights with that much gold if it's wanting to be like your friend, whatever his name was.
Nim,
But if yes, 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 yes.
I think.
But if it's more of an automaton, then it's doing what it's told by someone else. Could it be that that's the reason why it's in that villa because it's accepted someone there as its
It
master?
was
I mean,
working for someone else's objective at the very least.
or something. I mean, do we know this noble family? I mean, do I know this noble family? Would my knowledge check
There you
be on
go.
this one?
Everybody roll me a history check for the Gralhuns.
Can I use advantage since I dated one?
I will give you advantage because you dated.
Yeah. That is some handy ass background.
No fucking way. No fucking way.
So either a nat 1 or a nat 20.
Did my rolls
What was
pop
it?
up?
I got a
Oh,
17 for you.
Okay.
Is that right?
For me?
Yeah.
Okay. I dropped it in the chat window and I never got to see it. Oh, there it is. Okay. It just took a minute. Yeah, that's right.
Okay, so you guys know that the Gralhuns, Todrin, your family in particular, has a little bit of a rival with them, not just from your dating experience, but there was an issue several years ago where your family also has interests in like weapon crafting.
Yeah.
So there was a time
Right.
where the Gralhuns they started making swords more swords of a higher quality and selling them at a lower price. And the Amcathras were like, "What the hell? Where is this coming from?" And
Right.
it turned out it was coming from Skullport down at Undermountain. It's way down. It's the same level where the Xanathar lair is believed to be. So,
black market
it's
bullshit.
Very much black market, and they were very much undercutting you guys and using some kind of alloy that had traces of mithril in it from Undermountain.
Oh shit.
You guys also know. Let's see, what was that? An 18? They've tried to hide it, but there are several Growlhuns that have that are tieflings,
Oh
and
shit.
they send them out of the city when a Growlhund is born a tiefling. They send them to Yartar, up somewhere up north, up the road, and they try to keep them out of like, hide them in the closet in the back somewhere. It's essentially the way that works.
Interesting.
Yikes.
So, other than that, is there anything specific you guys are looking for other than that, or?
Not really. Anything? I mean, that's pretty nefarious in itself.
So they bore tieflings every once in a while, so that would imply that they're doing the dirty with some devils.
That, and they're not above working with the criminal element, which means they may be representing the Xanathar in the hunt for the stone and the gold.
You also know that. Let's see, what was the highest one? An 18?
Yeah.
Yeah, Serval had an 18.
They may or may not have been among the names that Davil mentioned just off the top of his head, who the Zentarum have done business with recently.
Son of a bitch. Okay, so they're probably not working with the Xanathar. They're just playing their cards.
Maybe they're working with both. Maybe they're acting as an intermediary, and who knows? Maybe, well, the Nimblewright got the stone, right? Or did he get the stone?
No.
Do we know?
No. Erstal Floxen got the stone.
With the
And
Zentarum, right?
And we're
that
not...
guy disappeared.
Correct. He disappeared, and I'm not convinced that the Nimble Rat and that guy were working together, considering he and his buddy were hit by the fireball that it threw. That could have been an accident, but I'm not convinced. I think that we've got two separate leads. One of them's Erstal with the stone, and the other one's the Nimble Rat. So really,
and Urstal's with the Zentarum, right?
A splinter group of the Zentarum, yes. So what I'm thinking our goal here is primary goal, secure the Nimble Rat dead or alive and get it out of there. Secondary goal is to keep an eye out for any opportunity to learn information about our search.
So, wait, what? Didn't someone want the Nimblewright destroyed?
That's what I'm saying. That's what our primary goal here is that mission.
I thought you said to have it intact.
Well, dead or alive. If it's alive, there's a chance we can learn more. But if we have to, dead. We just have to get it one way or the other.
Alrighty. So, how do we want to go about getting this information? Do you want to use your family's status to go pay them a visit, or do we want to sneak in? Do we want to use pretense?
I was thinking what Anna was thinking. We bring the watch into this. We make it official.
Oh, this is... that's my... You see, I've got so many different directions that this could go.
Right.
And I'm not sure if the watch would unnecessarily complicate things if we bring them in too soon. We could always bring them in later, assuming that we all don't do something stupid and all wind up going to the afterlife. But we can always bring them in later if necessary. Let's go scope it out, maybe. I don't know. What do you want to do?
I mean, you're not wrong. They would complicate things. Maybe we should just go. Well, I mean, I am not a face that should be seen around that building. Let's just put it that way. So
Let's walk by the gates and see what we can see, and then we'll decide from there, shall we? Is that fine?
I will wait nice and far away while you do that. That sounds like an excellent idea.
Okay. So Todrin's familiar with this place enough to know that there are 3 entries. There's the front gate, which is on the northeastern side. There's a stable that's on the opposite side, and then there's like a servant's entry that's on the side with the stables.
Well, okay. What is the border of the property like? Is it a solid wall? Is it?
Yeah, there's a, I want to say 12-foot wall. Let's see.
Is it like solid,
Damn.
like brick wall and mortar, or is it like a gate, metal gate, or metal fence, or
Excuse me.
what do we?
Let me see here. So the streets around the villa, there's pedestrians and coaches traveling all hours of the day. The estate is enclosed by a 12-foot high stone wall.
How
There
many
is
gates?
a gate at that northeastern gate that is a just a very ornate iron gate. And you from through there you can see there's a yard full of like large trees and a couple of footpaths, and then the mansion itself is 2 stories high.
Okay.
So along the walls, is there anything butted up against the wall, like another property or any trees, any buildings, anything like that?
I'm looking at the map here. Is that
Yeah.
whole wedge between Lion Street and Pony Way, that whole wedge is Growlhund? Or is it that whole section?
That
it's just
area that I put
the green.
there is them, and it looks exactly like that on the other map too. So there's the main mansion that is the one that's the furthest to the north and the west here.
The Tetris block.
Right. There's a barracks that's the one in the center, and then the one on the south side, that's the coach house where they keep the horses and their personal coach.
Okay.
Is there a guardhouse near the gate?
There's not a guardhouse, but you do know they do have a complement of their own house guard.
Well, where would someone stand to announce visitors and so forth, admit people? Is there anyone
Typically,
there?
that front gate. There's Todrin, you would know that they have a groundskeeper. I don't remember his name, but he's always been the one that you saw that kind of came to the gate.
I'll relay that information.
All right. So do I see?
It's old Bill Bob. I think that he said that was his name. Wasn't really paying attention.
Bill Bob?
Yes, he was a strange character.
Apparently.
Is that like some sort of maneuver when you're trying to, I don't know, get a tree root out?
A Bill Bob?
Bill Bob.
Todrin, his name you remember's Herv, and you know they've got 2 dogs, like big mastiffs.
Oh, the dogs were Bill and Bob.
Ah,
Sorry,
okay.
sorry, Kazin.
Wow. Wow.
Just fucking making this up.
That's great, Heinz. That's great. I love it.
I wasn't sure how much you already had established, and So I was trying to help. But Rat, okay, so I'll fill in that information. Maybe y'all can do a sweep and see where the beeper beeps the most beeps, and I'll be over here where they can't see me.
You think they're just gonna let us
Todrin,
walk
where
around?
are you, like, hiding across the street, or where?
I don't know if I can put down a marker, but can I? Is there any way I can? I can. Drawing.
If you right-click, there should be one called pointers. It's got a little arrow on it.
I'm right there.
Where? I don't see it.
I'm drawing on the map of Waterdeep. Where the one that you just drew the square on, I'm down. Can you not see it? Maybe pointers would be better. Draw a square. I'm right there. Nope, nope. Right there. Can you see that? The yellow square?
Yeah, you're closer to the Stormweather estate than you are to theirs.
Right, exactly.
But, yeah.
He's
So
trying to be incognito.
so
Yep.
you're completely out of line of sight then at that point.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
I'm,
Yeah,
I'm not even gonna make you roll a check for it.
exactly. This is all them. I'm not even risking it.
Right. Okay.
So
You're not gonna be able to see
I-
them either, though.
That's fine.
Just want to point that out.
my suggestion to everyone is that wait, how far is prestidigitation? Like, if I were to make like some sparks or something, how far does that go?
60 feet, maybe. Hold on.
But my thought is that
10 feet.
I could go and scout and see what I could see and see if who all is out and about in the yard and what they're doing, and if there's any vantage point, maybe I could scurry up a tree and kind of take a peek. Or we could do up Todrin like a beggar, and he could like walk around with a blanket over him and hold
Yeah,
out a cup
Todrin
and.
doesn't like this plan at all. Y'all ain't doing me up like nothing.
I'm being obnoxious. Come on, man.
Uh,
I could always make your bacon taste like the eggs.
did someone say dirt? I don't do dirt.
Okay. So
Which
Just-
map are we on?
right now we're looking at the Waterdeep map.
Oh, there it is. The yellow is really, really small. Okay, I was zoomed out too far.
Yeah. So I know where Todrin is. Where are Oscar, Serval, and Bart?
Which way did we approach this place from?
Any direction you want.
So then we'll say we're coming from the same direction as Hind. So
Okay.
The south there of Usabrand Street.
right, so
Usabrand.
we're probably approaching off of Serdun Street.
Ooh, Silbrand.
All right. So you'll be passing by the coach house and the servants' entry at that point.
Right. So we'll get on to Serdun, and I'll pull the trigger and see if it goes off.
So you're going like
Uh,
that?
Yep.
Yeah, as you're walking towards it, it goes beep 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 beep. And as you keep, I'm assuming you keep walking past,
Yeah.
it slowly starts to peter off again and just beep 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 beep.
The stable?
Beep beep. No, just as you're passing by the mansion.
Oh,
So it's in the main house itself.
Right.
of course it is.
All right.
Damn it.
Then I'll head back to Hind. Well, we will, since we're together.
Were we able to like look through a gate or anything and see who all's in the yard and trying to plan out my persuasion checks here.
Persuasion or investigation?
Roll me a perception check for that. Anyone that wants it. Minus Todrin since he's trying to avoid being seen.
Yep.
See people and stuff.
Okay. So you do in fact see, and I'll wait until see what everyone else gets.
Oh shit!
Serval, you
Okay.
got a 20, so 25.
Holy
So,
shit.
Serval sees, you see the two dogs, and you also see this groundskeeper is out there with a rake. Then he's just raking underneath the trees here, like raking leaves or something. Maybe picking up dog shit.
Master
I think it's
shit
time
of
to use a friend spell. So when we all get back together, Serval's going to be, hey, so how little are you liked by these people?
I like Todrin a lot.
I appreciate
I
that,
know you
Oscar.
do.
I like you too, big guy. And I'll hold out my hand to shake your hand.
I pat it nicely.
Right. I deserved that. So the last time I saw is she the heir? Is she the only child of the house? I don't have that in my
No,
notes.
I'm going to say you know well enough to know. Bray is one of 4 children. She's the eldest, so she is technically the heir.
Yeah, okay. So when I was last seen by the lady heir of the house, she reddened my cheek with the palm of her hand in a public space. So
So maybe it's time to offer an apology.
now that sounds unpleasant.
Yes, but it would also get us in. It would be a reasonable reason to get on the ground.
Oh, you're right. You're right. I suppose that could work. Who's setting off them fireworks? You cut that shit out. America.
And wouldn't you feel good about it because you offended her? You'll be able to make that right, and
Now, hang
isn't
on a
that what your
second.
goddess is all about?
Who said I was in the wrong here? you assumed. Holy shit! Fucking crazy fireworks out there. I can
fucking Gatling
smell
gun.
gunpowder in my window.
Wow. Maybe those aren't fireworks. Maybe you need to be ducked and cover.
Just a lot of misses in Celebration America. Anyway, now hang on a second. Didn't nobody here say I was in the wrong? I would be perhaps able to pretend. But I see where you're going. I could swallow my pride for a minute and get us in the gate. I could do that much, I believe.
I think that our future fame and fortunes will thank you for this.
Okay, what do we do once I get us in the gate?
Well, then,
If I get us in the gate.
assuming you get us in the gate, and we ask to see the heiress, or her mother, or her father, whomever is appropriate to offer apologies, and
Hold on.
maybe try to an olive branch of peace.
Why?
I don't know.
Why are 2 men and a furbolg attending him on this apology?
Well, you're his best friend, and well, okay. Here's a better idea. We are now traveling companions, and we are all well known for what we did on Trolltide. So it would be of complete reasonable. Oh, and Oscar, he won the race. So it would be completely reasonable for celebrities to be traveling together.
To apologize to their ex-girlfriends.
Well, he's apologizing, and we've got other things to do later. And, we also know about the nimble right, so yeah, there's...
Oh, by the way, and
Let's go clubbing. Stop by and apologize to your ex-girlfriend first.
Exactly. Oh, pull over! I need to apologize for past discretions. I'm just drunk enough. No, also we need an excuse for our beeping that we would be doing.
Well, I think it's safe to take the knot off of that deal, and also we could inquire about the Nimble Right when they acquired it and what have you, because I guess it would be a whole heck of a coincidence, but they might have purchased their own Nimble Right, and this might not be the one we're looking for, but it
Oh, hell.
probably is.
Oh, hell. How would we know?
I'm not
That
falling
would
for that Jedi mind
require
trick.
us asking and investigating. So get us in the door,
Apologize.
and we'll have probable reason to get in there,
And we'll
and
just
we
make
can
it
just
up
go
as we
from
go,
there.
is what you're saying.
Well, I think we have enough plausible reason to get in the gate, and then from there,
We'll make it up as we
then
go.
and hopefully we don't have to slaughter all of their house guard doing so.
Right. I mean,
I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking.
oh man, that's gonna take some getting used to. You're a
That was
little rough
bad
around
humor,
the edges,
Serval.
Mr. Serval.
Well, when you hunt pirates, it tends to happen.
You hump pirates?
Yes, I dry hump them.
Oh,
They're
That would do some things to your edges, I suppose. Roughing them up a bit. Okay, all right. So I don't know. I'm kind of on board with this. I mean, there's no
So
need for threats, but we might
or
as well.
Bert and Oscar, are you okay with this
His
idea?
name is Bartholomew.
I am ready to apologize.
Excellent, excellent.
I guess we're doing this.
Well, you are a very level-headed gentleman, and I appreciate that about you. And so, if you see
Thank you.
any concerns about this at all, please. I was talking to Bart.
Oh,
Well,
perfect.
again, it is a little suspicious that a squad of us are going in to make an apology.
I didn't feel comfortable going in alone for obvious reasons. That's what I'll say.
Fair enough. I think that'll
All right.
work.
I
We
mean,
ready for this?
She hit me. You remember? That hurt.
I do.
Let's do this. And maybe we
You
should call
are
it
a
there.
scholar and a gentleman.
Yeah, I think we're gonna call it with you guys coming up to the gate. Is that
Oh,
alright
for
with everybody?
fuck's sake. Can't believe we're doing this. Yes.
Nice.
Next weekend, can we pull out, Kason?
Yeah, we're not gonna do this.
I'm just
I-
ding dong.
I haven't. Yes, exactly.
As we approach the gate, we quickly make a left and walk away.
You there, Todrin! Oh shit! Walk faster! Walk faster! Awesome. Good game, guys. That was fun.
So what y'all think?
Got to ride some griffins. Yeah.
Got to ride
Something is
griffins.
happening.
Feathered cat.
What's happening, Bart?
Something is happening. I don't feel like I'm just like, I don't know the question to ask to get us where we need to go.
Right,
Yeah.
we've got some traction here for real, man. Unless these people bought fucking Carnival Nimble Rights too. God damn it.
I'll be a little more frustrated than should be.
The way games go, I don't think this will happen. I think the way the stories are structured and
I
such,
agree.
I think we've got our man.
I agree.
But we'll see. We'll see next. Not next week. Yeah, next week. Or is it the week after that we have to have a?
I think it's the week after next that Kai needs a break.
Yeah, I'm working on the 10th. So the next week, the 3rd, we're good. On the 10th, I'm working.
Gotcha.
Excellent.
So
All
next week we all die, and then the next week we can take a break while we design our new characters.
Exactly.
Sweet.
Bart will resurrect from the grave.
So
Aven.
I don't want to keep anyone if anyone needs to go, but I'm curious what everybody thought of everything that's happened. Like where
Oh
you are
man.
now and what happened, like at the temple, what happened at the area, what happened here.
I'm glad I didn't go to the temple. I would have probably fucked that up.
I had to roll a dice to pick whether I was bringing you or Bert.
I like this.
The dice picked well.
What was that,
What's that,
Kai?
Kai?
I like the sense of progress.
Yes. Yes.
See, that's been my biggest concern the last, say, 3 or 4 sessions. Just because there was the fireball, and then it was Troll Tide took 2 sessions, and then
Oh,
I was really getting concerned that you guys would feel like you were spinning your wheels and you weren't getting anywhere.
Yeah.
as a,
It
So-
happened.
as a player, I was a little confused about the accusations against Todrin.
Mhm.
It seems to me that he's high enough that maybe they believe him more than others. But
More than the High Priestess?
well, I mean, wouldn't
I think it was more gossip than actual accusations, and she
There
wanted to
is
believe it.
someone who is making an accusation that they saw you fake
Oh.
bringing the mirror out.
And then she ate it up because she's kind of jealous and doesn't want to believe it.
And there is that
That's
undercurrent of like the rumor and jealousy, and not everything's so shiny happy there. So yeah,
I
Right.
like it. It's not anything close to what I expected. I expected to walk in that temple and just be God. You know?
So I'm
And
gonna
here I was wanting, I was like screaming in my head for somebody to make it a deception check or an insight check during that whole interaction with her. Once she said that people were bringing up accusations, I'm like, it's her, she's the one doing it. She's a jealous woman.
And
You see, and
you might be right, but that Todd's thing was that he wanted to preserve a friendship and not burn any bridges. So even if it
you
was
playing
her,
your character so well.
thank you.
You're playing your
Thank you.
character so very well.
I appreciate that. He's bleeding into my life. I have found myself talking with a Western accent and phrasing a lot more often than I ever have before. When I walked out of the office today, I said, "Y'all have a good day." Wait a second. Good day, sirs. I appreciate that though. Yeah, dude, the temple was intense as fuck. It was like a boss battle with words, and I was really afraid I was gonna fuck that up.
I honestly wasn't expecting you to go there, so that was all on the fly.
It was awesome. It was well done. Well, my God said, "Hey, go do this," so I went and did it.
So I'll say
He
this
did
about
it the best way he could interpret how to do it,
Exactly.
which is phenomenal.
Awesome.
I'll say this about the whole thing with the temple. You obviously know this, but I'm just gonna say it anyway. It's entirely me that is not part of Dragon Heist in any
Right.
shape, form, or
Yeah,
fashion.
we made the temple together, and you have just run with this thing, man. It's
Yeah.
awesome. You did a lot of shit there.
That was
I-
great.
I am eager for you to find out what's happening there. So
That's so cool. That is so cool.
I'm wondering if someone else is possessed by something or someone and is being. There's just so many people that seem to be out of character. It's like, do we have like
Right.
illicids dominating people, making them their thralls, or demon possession or something, making everybody act out of character? What is going on?
You know too much, man. You bring up all these suspicions you have. I'm like, shit, I didn't even know that could happen. Fuck, I can't trust anybody.
Oh yeah.
Anybody could be anything. Like Rick said, you don't know what I am. I'm Doctor Who in this motherfucker.
I try not to metagame too much, but it is Dungeons and Dragons,
Yeah.
and so you have to suspect that
Possibilities
a
are
devil
endless.
is trying to do you in. You've got gods meddling, you know? This is a real thing in this world, in these stories.
True.
And so, I'm not trying to metagame, I'm trying to meta character living in this world.
yeah,
You know?
that's something I've always thought was it's metagaming to know that a troll is affected by fire. It's like, no, it's not. Every farm boy in the countryside should
Right.
know.
Oh yeah.
Exactly.
That-
There's a lot of culture you'd
that's
be
just
exposed to
common
in this kind of
sense.
world.
It's like dragons. Okay, is it metallic and shiny? Then you might be good. Is it chromatic and no? You're done. Kiss, stick your head between your legs, kiss your butt goodbye. I mean, everybody knows that, so it should just be a progression from there. That if things are a real threat, you would know, even if you don't know exactly the right thing to do. I mean, there's even placebo effects, like, in the 60s and 70s when the nuclear war was a thing, or in the 80s, and they would teach school kids to hide under their desks. It's like, that wouldn't actually do anything if a nuclear weapon went off next to you, but at least it's a placebo effect for your brain to set you at ease.
Right. At
And I
least we're
kind of
doing
see this,
something to protect our children.
yeah, and I see that a lot of that in D&D would probably happen. Oh no, watch out for the drow. They're going to, especially if you're an elf, they're going to slaughter you in your sleep,
They'd
you
have
know?
folk wife fixes for everything. If you sprinkle salt in front of your doorway, then blah blah blah. That kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, some of it would be legit, like fire and acid on trolls, and some of it would probably be BS. Like, sprinkling salt so that, you can catch an invisible drow sneaking up on you or something.
Right, right. Oh man. Good game, good game.
Oh, yeah, that was good stuff.
I'm gonna shut off the stream now. Goodbye everybody.